My name is Leslie and I'm going to show you how to do this fall leaves autumn inspired look that I have on today. The majority of the products that I'm using today are all from the drugstore, so this is nice and inexpensive and easy look to do. So please stay tuned and thanks for watching. So in the interest of time, I actually already did one eye. On this eye, I've already done my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I did it from the lash line to the brow, and then also underneath the eye as well as the inner corner, because we are going to be putting eyeshadow all over, as you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the pencil brush, and this is from Eco Tools. And we're going to start with, this was the I Love Matte palette from Wet n Wild. They re-released it this Christmas, and I think it's called A Glass of Shine, or I don't know, something. But we are going to, we're going to use this matte brown color to start with. I'm going to go ahead and put some on my brush. Make sure to tap it off with these. They're very, very powdery. And using my mirror here, I'm going to just start. We're going to kind of make an oval shape around the eye. So starting here, then we're going to come around here, and then down into the underneath the eye. So after we have placed the shadow, I'm going to go in with a kind of a smaller crease brush and kind of blend it out a little bit, just to soften it up. I am going to do, and these are the Loreal Paris eyeshadows that they've come out with. This is Bottomless Java. Here is the lid on that. Here's the lid on that. So, and it's just a really pretty deep, almost coffee color. And with that, I'm going to go in, and this is just an e.l.f. cheapy e.l.f. crease brush. I'm going to go in and just deepen up the outside of the eye and just darken up the inner eye, or the outer portion of the eye. And then once I've got all the color placed, I do usually like, this is one of the Sigma blending brushes. I've used this in every single one of my videos so far. It's the E25. So once I have that, I just go in with a clean brush and kind of blend it out. So it's another one of the L'Oreal eyeshadows, and this is the Amber Brush. It's this gorgeous, there we go. It's this gorgeous rose gold color. And what I'm going to do, instead of using it dry, I'm actually going to use a little bit of my all-nighter Urban Decay. I'm going to just spray a little bit in a small clean container and use this eyeshadow wet. So I'm using just a flat, this is a synthetic eyeshadow brush from Sephora. And I'm just going to wet it with a little bit of that all-nighter. And then go in, and I just go into the tip of the eyeshadow because I don't want to ruin my whole eyeshadow with it being wet. And then just get it all over the eyelid. I'm going to go in with just a larger crease brush and back into my matte brown, and very, very light hand. I'm just going to go in with a real light hand and just add in depth back into the top of it, and then back into a little bit into the coffee color, and then back into the edge. Now I'm going to use just a smudger brush and this is just a Sonia Kashuk brush with yet another L'Oreal eyeshadow. This is Golden Emerald. golden emerald. And then this is what it looks like. It's just a really, really pretty green. And again, I'm going to just spray a little bit into that cup. And then get this brush wet. And do the bottom of my lashes. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and just go into the corner of the eyeshadow with the wet brush from the All-Nighter spray. And then just start on the outside of my eye. So you'll see there's just still a little bit of brown left underneath. And then work my way into the eye. So I want the thickness of the line to be out here, and then I just want it to kind of minimize as it comes in towards the inner corner. So I'm just going to stop where my lashes start on the inner part of my eye at the top. And then to kind of blend it in, I'm going to go in with this small crease brush. I'm going to go in dry into the rose gold shade. And then just blend this around. And you'll just kind of go back and forth with the green. You go back in and just brighten up the green just a little bit, because you really want that to show on the inner corner. So I'm going to use a larger crease brush, and I'm going to go into the eyeshadow without getting the crease brush wet, and just pick up a little bit of the green, and then I'm going to place it at the top here, at the very top of the crease. So we're going to go around kind of that brown here. And just a little bit at a time, because it's better to have too little. You can build that up than to put on too much. It's a little bit difficult to get rid of it. Of course, I'm going to go back in with my favorite blending brush, the Sigma blending brush, making sure that it's clean. I'm just going to wipe it off, and I'm just going to blend it out. And with the blending brush, I'm going to go back into the green just a little bit with a very light hand. And then put a little bit more. So I want it kind of concentrated on the outside of the crease. I'm going to go back into my Wet n Wild matte palette and clean off my crease brush, or my blending brush. And I'm going to use this light skin tone color here. And I'm going to blend it out at the top here, so it'll just tone it down quite a bit. And that's what we want it to do here. And then after you've done that, we're just going to put a little bit more of the green back on here, and just add a tiny bit of color back in, just to make that pop here. So you just kind of end up going back and forth, just to make sure that it's all blended really well. And once I'm done with the green, I'm going to go again back into my matte palette. And for the eyebrow highlight, I'm just going to use these two. I'm going to go between the flesh tone and the white and just mix the two. So I don't want to obviously add a shimmery eyebrow highlight. That would be way too much. So I'm just going to use the two, tap off my brush, and then highlight the brow with the matte colors instead. Before I do my eyeliner, of course, I'm going to curl my eyelashes. And then once I'm done curling my eyelashes, I'm actually just going to go in and put on my eyeliner. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques eyeliner brush along with the Loreal Lacquer liner. This is basically just a gel liner, and it's in the color bronze. Just a nice metallic-y bronze color. And the liner is just going to have a slight wing to it at the end. Not too much, because it kind of just blends in with the rest of the really bronzy eyeshadow anyway. That's why I picked this color. Now that I'm done with my winged eyeliner, I'm actually going to go ahead and put on a little bit of glitter. You can skip this step and just leave the eyeshadow as it is right now without adding any glitter. I just love glitter, so I'm going to add some. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead again and use my liquid sugar. This is from Eye Candy. And then I'm using, I believe this is from Eye Candy, although it's not labeled, and it's a very fine coppery glitter, which is kind of hard to show. But it's very, very fine and very subtle, so you can barely see it on the other eye. So what I'm going to do is just put a little, put a couple of drops onto the liquid sugar onto just a flat lid is what I'm using, a lid from a container that I have. And then I'm going to use a tiny little, this is just an e.l.f. smudger brush. I'm going to dip it first into the liquid sugar, and then not too much, and then I'm going to dip it into the glitter. And then I'm going to just tap it on the eye. Now that I'm done with the eyeshadow and the glitter, I'm going to go ahead and put on my false eyelashes. I'm using the Ardele Demi's 102s. And to apply that, I'm going to use my Revlon Precision Dark Lash Adhesive. And I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and I'll be right back. Now that I'm done with my lashes, I'm going to put on mascara on my lower lashes and also on the top lashes to blend it in. I am using the Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes from Maybelline in the waterproof formula, and this is the Glam Black. So I'll start with the lower lashes first. To wake up my eyes, of course, I had to use my Stila Kajal eye pencil in Topaz, and I did that on my lower waterline and also tight-lined on the upper waterline with this. And then I am pretty much done with the eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and do the rest of my face and my eyebrows, and I'll be right back with the finished look. So this is a finished look. On my cheeks I just tried to keep it natural, and so I just used my Tarintino blush in Coral Cameo. And I just used this. This is a cream blush, and it has a shimmery powder side as well. I just used the cream blush portion of that. And of course I used my Real Technique stippling brush to apply that to my cheeks. On my lips I started with the natural lip liner from NYX, and I just outlined my lips and then filled them in with the lip liner. And then from there I topped it off with my Loreal Color Riche in Sheer Linen, and this is just a nice glossy nude color. And then on top of that I put on the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Smoky Look. So all of the products that I use on my eyes and my face will be below in the down bar. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you so much for watching. And please remember to thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you again soon. Happy shimmies.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.